Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's report comes with shocking details that have left both regional observers and military analysts stunned. Israel has been shaken by a devastating event that has brought to light one of the country's most closely guarded secrets, the destruction of a secret Golani base in a precision Arab strike. This event has exposed serious vulnerabilities within Israel's defense structure and raised major questions about how such a highly classified military site could be targeted so accurately. The Golani Brigade has long been regarded as one of Israel's most elite ground forces, often deployed in critical missions across borders and conflict zones. Its bases are known to be heavily fortified and kept under the tightest security. Yet in this recent strike, an undisclosed Arab coalition managed to locate and destroy a hidden base used by Golani forces. Reports indicate that this strike was not a random act of aggression but a meticulously planned operation involving deep intelligence gathering, surveillance, and advanced precision weaponry that hit its target with near-perfect accuracy. In the aftermath, Israeli officials scrambled to contain the news. Initial statements from the military described the incident as a minor explosion caused by a technical malfunction. But satellite images and regional media quickly revealed the truth. The site was completely destroyed, with visible signs of missile impact and secondary explosions suggesting the presence of stored ammunition and sensitive equipment. The Israeli public, already tense due to ongoing regional instability, reacted with disbelief as images began circulating online showing smoke rising from what was once an ultra-secure Golani facility. The precision of the attack indicates a new phase in the conflict between Israel and its neighboring adversaries. Intelligence experts have suggested that the strike was likely guided by real-time surveillance, possibly involving advanced drones or satellite coordination from an Arab military alliance. This represents a significant leap in capability, showing that Israel's enemies have now reached a level of sophistication that challenges even the most advanced Israeli defense systems. The fact that a secret Golani base could be tracked and destroyed demonstrates that Israel's long-standing reputation for intelligence dominance is now being tested like never before. The Israeli government has remained largely silent on the full scale of the losses. However, leaked reports claim that several high-ranking officers were inside the base at the time of the attack, along with communication and logistics units tied to frontline operations in northern regions. The destruction of such a strategic hub could severely disrupt coordination among Israel's ground forces, especially at a time when the country is facing growing tension on multiple fronts, from Gaza to Lebanon and beyond. Regional reactions have been equally intense. Arab media outlets celebrated the strike as a symbol of resistance and a turning point in the ongoing power struggle. Analysts across the region hailed it as proof that Israel's military superiority can be challenged through careful planning and technological adaptation. On the other hand, Israeli commentators warned that this event marks a dangerous escalation that could lead to broader retaliation. Military experts within Israel have started questioning how enemy forces acquired such detailed information about the base's location, design, and operational patterns. Many fear that this could only have been achieved through either cyber infiltration or human intelligence leaks, indicating possible breaches deep inside Israel's own security networks. The strike also sheds light on a growing trend of Arab states developing their own advanced drone and missile systems, often with the help of new international partners. The precision of the attack suggests the use of long-range guided munitions capable of bypassing radar and air defense networks. Israel's Iron Dome system, while effective against many types of incoming rockets, is not designed to handle deep precision strikes against ground targets shielded within the country. The attackers appear to have exploited this limitation, choosing a time when surveillance coverage was minimal and air defense systems were focused elsewhere. In the days following the incident, Israeli intelligence agencies have launched extensive internal investigations to determine how the location of the Golani base was compromised. Preliminary assessments hint at a digital breach, possibly through hacked communication channels or compromised satellite feeds. This raises even more alarming concerns about the safety of Israel's broader military infrastructure. If one of the most secret bases could be pinpointed and destroyed, other sensitive installations may also be at risk. Security protocols across the country are now under review as the military attempts to patch vulnerabilities exposed by this unprecedented attack. For Israel, the loss of a Golani base is not just a tactical blow but also a symbolic one. The Golani Brigade represents pride, resilience, and the very core of Israel's ground defense identity. To see its secret stronghold obliterated has shaken public confidence and raised morale challenges among troops. Veterans and families of Golani soldiers have expressed outrage, demanding accountability from military leadership and answers from the intelligence community. Some are accusing the government of hiding the truth and downplaying the severity of the event to prevent panic. Inside Israel's political circles, the opposition has already begun criticizing the Prime Minister's office for failing to anticipate the growing threat of coordinated Arab attacks that now appear far more advanced than expected. Beyond Israel, this strike has rippled across the Middle East. Military strategists in several Arab countries are calling it a demonstration of evolving regional strength. By hitting such a strategic target, the attackers have proven that Israel's once untouchable defense systems are now vulnerable. The operation also sends a clear message that modern warfare is no longer defined by massive armies, but by information, precision, and timing. The attackers managed to achieve maximum impact with minimal resources, exposing how technology can level the playing field between nations with vastly different military budgets. The destruction of the Golani base also raises questions about foreign involvement in the operation. Some analysts believe the attackers may have received technical or intelligence support from outside powers interested in undermining Israel's regional dominance. Others argue that this was a purely regional effort, reflecting growing cooperation among Arab defense sectors. Either way, the event has rewritten the narrative of power dynamics in the Middle East. Israel, which once dictated the terms of conflict, now finds itself on the defensive, forced to adapt to a new era of strategic warfare where precision strikes can cripple even its most secure assets. As investigations continue, reports from the scene describe complete structural collapse. Military equipment, vehicles, and communication systems were obliterated within seconds. The crater left behind indicates that the weapon used carried a significant explosive payload, yet was guided so precisely that collateral damage to surrounding civilian areas was minimal. This further reinforces the theory that the attackers used modern guided munitions, possibly cruise missiles or armed drones with high-precision targeting capabilities. Experts believe this level of accuracy could only be achieved with real-time target tracking, suggesting the presence of an advanced reconnaissance network feeding live data into the strike mission. Israel's military has responded by increasing aerial patrols and deploying more Iron Dome and David Sling batteries around key installations. Yet, questions remain about whether these systems can adapt fast enough to counter evolving threats. The psychological impact of the attack has been immense. It has eroded the perception of absolute security that Israel has maintained for decades. Citizens now wonder if any location is truly safe. The shock is even greater because of the symbolic nature of the target, a Golani base, representing decades of Israeli strength and battlefield dominance. Arab media has been quick to highlight the operation as a strategic victory. Commentators described it as justice for years of Israeli airstrikes that targeted various Arab territories. In contrast, Western media outlets have taken a more cautious tone, emphasizing the potential for escalation and the risk of a broader regional war. Several international powers have called for restraint, urging all sides to avoid further confrontation. But behind the scenes, intelligence agencies are racing to analyze the implications of the strike and how it could influence future conflicts. If Arab forces now possess the capability to carry out such precision operations, Israel's traditional military doctrine, built on deterrence and rapid retaliation, may need a complete overhaul. Within the Israeli Defense Forces, morale appears to be shaken. Soldiers stationed near the northern and southern borders have been placed on high alert. Field commanders have been instructed to rotate communication frequencies and avoid digital transmissions whenever possible. The military cybersecurity division is under enormous pressure to identify the source of the information leak that made the attack possible. Some reports suggest that foreign hacking groups may have played a role, selling intercepted data to regional actors. If proven true, this would mean Israel's enemies are not only fighting on physical fronts but also waging an invisible digital war capable of paralyzing key defense operations. As more details emerge, the narrative continues to evolve. Some insiders claim that the targeted base was involved in advanced reconnaissance and special operations, including missions extending into neighboring territories. If this is accurate, it could explain why the attackers considered it such a high-value target. By eliminating this base, they didn't just destroy infrastructure, they disrupted Israel's offensive capabilities and sent a clear message that even the most protected military assets are no longer safe from retaliation. The precision of the strike sends a warning that the balance of power in the region may be shifting faster than anyone anticipated. Public opinion within Israel has grown increasingly polarized. Some citizens support immediate military retaliation, calling for airstrikes against the suspected Arab coalition behind the attack. Others urge caution, warning that reacting impulsively could ignite a much larger conflict involving multiple nations. Meanwhile, the government faces mounting pressure to explain how such an intelligence failure could occur in a country famed for its espionage prowess. The incident has already sparked heated debates in the Knesset, with opposition leaders demanding the resignation of senior defense officials. For the Israeli public, the destruction of a Golani base is not just a blow to military strength, it's a symbolic wound to national pride. In the broader regional context, this attack may mark the beginning of a new phase in Middle Eastern warfare, one dominated by precision, intelligence, and cyber capability rather than conventional armies. Arab nations have learned from years of asymmetric conflict that direct confrontation with Israel often leads to devastating losses. Instead, they are turning to technology, stealth, and precision to change the rules of engagement. The success of this operation proves that a small, well-coordinated force with the right intelligence can inflict significant damage on even the most advanced military power in the region. As Israel continues to recover and reassess, its leadership must now decide how to respond. Retaliation may restore a sense of control, but it could also trigger a chain reaction of counterattacks. Alternatively, a strategic pause might allow time to strengthen defenses and rebuild intelligence networks. Either way, the destruction of the secret Golani base has already become a defining moment, a reminder that no nation, no matter how advanced, is immune to the changing face of warfare. The coming weeks will determine whether Israel can adapt and reclaim its strategic advantage, or whether this attack will stand as the beginning of a new era where its enemies grow stronger, bolder, and more capable than ever before. The story of the Golani base destruction will continue to unfold in the days ahead. Every new piece of information brings more questions than answers. How did the attackers achieve such precision? Who provided the intelligence? And what does this mean for the stability of the Middle East? One thing is certain, this event has shattered long-standing assumptions about security and power in the region. Israel's vulnerability has been exposed, and its adversaries have proven that they are no longer fighting from the shadows. The destruction of this base is not just a military incident, it is a symbolic turning point that may redefine the balance of power for years to come. The entire world is now watching closely. Israel faces one of its greatest tests in modern history, not just to rebuild what was lost, but to prove that it can withstand the evolving challenges of modern warfare. Its response will determine not only its future but also the trajectory of conflict across the entire Middle East. For now, the message is clear, even the most guarded secrets can be uncovered, and even the strongest fortresses can fall when precision, intelligence, and timing align perfectly against them.